in the nick of time, the absolute... Like, I just now started the stream. I flipped the switches. Hello, everybody. Hello, Internet. Hello, Vortal. Voltail, perhaps.
No, not Voltail.
Your timing is impeccable, as I say. I heard he made an okay map.
He made a decent speed map given the restrictions.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good stuff.
But he's a dickhead. He's an asshole.
Well. There's always separating the man from his art, you know. You can still enjoy cosmic horror, even though it was written by H.P. Lovecraft. Just don't ask him about the cat. Was the cat?
Yeah, where's this box going? Where's this box going today?
Yes. So, everything's looking good and fine. Stream health is excellent. Thank you, YouTube. Alrighty. So, you can see, you can hear all that other stuff.
Let me check.
All right.
Yep, my ears are fine and my eyes are working. We're good.
It's exceptional. Yes. So, now is the time that we will be saying goodbye to our dearest home away from home. And we said goodbye to everyone else. So before we left for good, I did want to say goodbye to our new bestie, the Boxcar.
I don't know where the Boxcar.
We have to do this in the rain, unfortunately, but well, it's a tough job. But
surely somebody can notice what's happening and give me a little bit of help.
Farewell, Boxcar. Farewell, everyone. Farewell. Pumpkins? Gourds? Melons? Oh. Getting ready for Halloween. Anyway.
But yeah, we leave here, and I don't think we come back here for a very long time. We come here briefly and then leave again. So, that's it. GG.
Yep. This is us and Norvrandt giving a long, slow goodbye.
I mean, when I played the game, when this was new, I was still coming here all the time, but we're not new anymore.
We'll, we come back and forth intermittently. We may be back, when we start talking about porxies for a little bit, and then in Endwalker Pat's content, we're back for a little bit. But basically, when Endwalker hits, we'll be pretty busy. Rain or shine, he'll never find a spot for that box. You can't trust a better looking person to do it. They don't exist. Anyway, hello, Rin. Rin appears to be at peace again. Suppose it's time. Are you ready? Stoic nod. Let's not keep the others waiting.
Sorry, I kept them waiting for a full week.
That's fine. They were just having tea in the ocular with a crystallized statue. It's fine. Let's go. Let's go. Let's fix everything. I have but this moment shown your associates in. Strange to think that I will not have the honor of showing them out again. But I am informed that you yourself may yet return. I look forward to welcoming you on that happy day. Now, if you would care to follow me. Thank you, Crystarian Gatekeep. Crisp salute. And that's everyone. Is Porxie out. Relevant. Angelo stands ready to work his magic on our souls. Do not expect such a rousing farewell from the people. It was the very thing my spirits needed. Now that all that remains is to return to the source, 12 know we have made Kryle and Tataru worry long enough. In the spirit of Solidaria, I bid you carry the vessels as if your life depended on it. Stola. How many times have we few assembled thus in this storied chamber? Many and more, I think. Were the Exarch standing before us, the scene would be complete. Nay, to be complete, were he standing before us with Emixelk smirking in the wings. People's got good lines today. If you cannot take our worldly goods with us, I want you to have my gunblade. Use it or sell it, it's all the same to me. So long as it serves you in some way, I will be satisfied. She will treasure it. Wow, they had the custom hold animation for that. Alright, Backlog, let's get this crap going. Spirit vessels are primed and our company complete. At a word from you, we shall begin. Upon beginning of the soul-bearing ritual, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time. We have set aside sufficient time this evening. Everybody stare at your rock.
All right, then. Pray proceed as instructed, beginning with your memories.
Think about every memory you've ever had. Damn it.
The first step is complete, and all appeareth to be in order.
Well, that just leaves our souls, then. We're in your hands, Angelo.
Flashbang.
It is done! The vessels have received of both their memories and their souls. I hereby entrust them to your care. They belong to you now. Just be sure to guard them well, yes?
Can I run an alliance raid real quick? No? Okay, let's go.
This will work, won't it?
Our theories have held thus far, but I make no promises about what is to come. Even the greatest mages in history knew better than to transport a soul across the rift. We, my dear, are in unknown territory. Prepare as we might, we cannot account for all possibilities, and it is in such circumstances that accidents are wont to occur. Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
That's that line. I know that line.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Where's that line from?
Endwalker.
Oh, yes.
All safely stowed away? I do hope so. All that remains then is to step into the mirror. Go now, and safe travels.
During the walk?
Yeah, so I've watched people play through 5.3, so 5.0, 5.3, and 6.0 multiple times. I know almost every line verbatim from the walk.
Time contract. Aeons become instant. Upset potatoes.
did it? Are we?
We're home.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're all back.
Thank you. My body feels like a sack of popotos, but otherwise, I've never felt better.
Her and Thancred got a few years back.
That said, I doubt any of us will be fit to travel for some while. May we leave the rest to you?
The vessel beareth our comrade's blood. With it in thy possession, the way will surely open before thee.
What? But you've only just got here.
Tataru, might I trouble you to brew us all a pot of your special tea? Ah, and we may require an extra cup.
Yours is a long road, my friend, and it stretches onto places beyond imagining. With your every step, these grand adventures shall grow more distant and faint. And there may come a day when you forget the faces and voices of those you have met along the way. On that day, I bid you remember this. That no matter how far your journey may take you, you stand where you stand by virtue of the road you walked to get there. For in times of hardship, when you fear you cannot go on, the joy you have known, the pain you have felt, the prayers you have whispered and answered, they shall ever be your strength and your comfort.
That teleporter cube will forever give me PTSD.
This I hope, I believe, here at memory's end.
Some days later. Indeterminate number.
What is it, Alisaie? Are you all right? Do you still feel under the weather?
Physically, I couldn't be better. Thanks to Kryle's ministrations, I'm already looking forward to our next fight. But seriously, don't you have anything to say about that?
I love how ridiculously anime this is.
Everybody has their silly moment.
No less impressive than our garments. You've outdone yourself, Tataru.
To give credit where it's due, I had help from a certain fiery pixie who visited me in my dreams. They gave me all the information I needed to get the details just right. For your weapons, though, I needed a lot more help. Thankfully, our favorite heads of state were happy to place their finest craftsmen at my exclusive disposal. Oh, and speaking of the Alliance leaders, they all expressed their unreserved elation at your safe return, and promise to come and see you in person as soon as they can.
They really needn't have gone to such trouble. But we'll be keeping these gifts all the same. Do pass on our gratitude.
I realize we haven't taken up new martial arts, nor have I ever been one to set much store by appearances. But I can't help feeling a certain lack of, I don't know, personal development.
I quite understand. But as you observed, the others had the more pressing need. Rest assured, our turn will come.
Those are just so many unique animations in this scene as well.
I was about to say, Alisaie just like soaked up the entire patch animation budget in just that one scene.
If I expend any more ether, I swear I will blink out of existence. I need a bite to eat.
Archon loaf.
Tataru, a cup of tea, if you would be so kind. And something sweet.
By Mistress Kryle's exhausted state, may I assume that the ward hath been restored?
Indeed. We succeeded in weaving it anew, albeit at a slightly diminished potency than when I had Becklug's assistance. It is no cause for concern, though. The tower is not easily reached, never mind breached. And even should some few succeed, their presence won't escape my notice.
Excellent. Said duty thus discharged, thou art free to go wheresoever thy fancy taketh thee. Upon which note, hast thou perchance come to a decision? The offer remaineth open.
Well, if you're certain that's what you... I mean, if you think
But everybody picks that choice.
Dumb kitty.
Right.
Look at that neck.
I accept. Henceforth, I shall count myself a scion of the 7th Dawn. G'raha, at your service. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld.
Yeah, no,
Like a
get out of here,
fool
kid.
Seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short.
Help! Somebody help!
At least they really had the animation budget. I didn't remember this. I remember the forehead plant.
A giant flock of them! Please, we need help!
I could do with a little rampage myself.
What? Now wait, just a...
The face of pure violence.
Only level 47. They're really not that big a deal, but she's just gonna go out and just AoE them down.
I will join the fray when I've finished my tea.
Thus did the Avatar of Destruction descend, and in her wake leave naught but tears and ash.
That's a good look.
One day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me, in the flesh.
It's about sending a message.
I have that picture of Viola framed.
You know what? I might ask you for it. It's so good. The slightly homicidal glit in her eyes as she sips tea. It's just mwah.
Anyway, in the fun zone.
Meanwhile,
So it was that a new adventure began.
I like to say LB3 is single hippogriff. CLB's entrusted at a whim. That villainous slouch.
The memory of a dying world's end. Night after night. And I thought it but a tired old dream.
I say, I knew that securing the palace would provide your radiance with depressingly little sport, but that you should fall asleep out of boredom. Splendid. Truly splendid. And my own preparations, you will be pleased to hear, proceed apace.
I don't know what happened with the lighting on that particular shot.
Oh, yes. They proceed very well indeed. Frighteningly so. And we owe it not least of all to this singularly useful body I chanced to find.
Blame the graphic update.
Okay.
With Populares now all but destroyed, it will be the simplest of tasks to discredit their groundless assertions that I met with a grisly end. And as the very much alive Lord of House Brutus, I have a vast fortune at my disposal. Ah, money, 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 the great motivator. There is simply no better way to move men and expedite plans than with its alluring glint. Would you not agree? But wait, were we not acquainted, you and I? Should our familiarity cause you distress, I beg your forgiveness.
What did you say your name was?
Oh, a dagger through my heart! That my deepest desire should forever remain unfulfilled, to live unrecognized, to die forgotten. Oh. So it goes. Whatever this flesh may have been before, it serves only as a vessel now. And I, faithful Fandaniel, labor only to advance my lord's ambitions.
You have no idea how happy I was that was his name.
Fandaniel.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, I'll explain
with the
after.
palace in our hands, we may now proceed with the next phase of the plan. But how very odd. Despite all our havoc-wreaking, old Elidibus did not deign to appear. Dare I hope that the last of the unsundered is gone? Imagine it! Bound no more by the shackles of mouldering memories of damnable duty, free at last to live for the moment! Your radiance, but give the word, and I shall go forth and prepare for you your hunting ground.
That which awaited was a fell beast. Ferocious, ravenous, remorseless. Do as you will. It has been too long, my friend, and insufferably dull in your absence. When you return to me, you will share everything. Every blow will be a story unto itself. Every triumph, every kill. Rest assured, we shall have a fitting stage for our reunion. Oh yes, to reprise that transcendent moment, I will set this world ablaze. And we shall dance before the pyre. The beast shall kindle the flames of the apocalypse. Into its domain shall the hero set forth for the final chapter in the tale of this star.
Oh man, are we eating good? Okay.
So,
talk to me about Fandaniel.
Fandaniel. So, I don't know why this is the case. It has been the case for many a decade, and Scotty, if he was around, would be able to back me up on this one. But there has been an insult, a weird one, a weird insult in Scotland, where you just call somebody a Fandan. Don't know why. Don't know why that's an insult. But knowing that Fandaniel was a bit of a Fandan was a little amusing for me to get through.
Accidental stumble. I love it.
I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't know, like, I think the fan part might refer to Fanny, which is different over here than it is over there. But I don't know. Oh wait, I just don't know what the Dan part means. But anyway, yeah, hearing that name, hearing his name was Fandaniel was very amusing, and it turns out as we go through the story, he is a little bit of a Fandan, so it's perfect.
It is. Yeah. So by the way, last week when we had the understanding that G'raha Tia's soul wouldn't be like overwriting, it would fuse. This is now my 100% explanation why, from this point forward, he is never going to be as cool as he once was. He just fused wrong. And it's really not his fault, right? We were dealing with experimental magics. This whole thing, it was a miracle it even worked to begin with. And I remember the... Go on.
No, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. I'll let you finish up.
Yeah. My first time through, I was concerned that it would like maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't. I mean, watching it through in retrospect, like everything is pointing to it'll be fine. We want this to happen, but like I had a doubt. I'm like, I don't know. He has to want to be back himself, and he's kind of already there, so he has to convince himself to be this thing. I thought that'd be a bigger deal, but then he just sort of shows up, and I'm like, oh, I guess I worried about nothing. And then he's just like this nervous, happy little giddy school child. And the star pitcher from his baseball team wants to hang out with him, and he doesn't even have cancer. We'll get to it. Go on.
I feel like if this was the case, I feel that they should have leaned into it a bit more, and I'd be more willing to accept it. Because here's the thing, he does improve by the time we get to Dawntrail. You don't get him much. But Dawntrail, G'raha Tia actually has a couple of the best scenes in Dawntrail. So it does seem like... I know at the end of the day, the writers have toned it back because they know that there's complaints about how wild he gets. I get that he's been like stuck for like hundreds of years, and now he gets to go on an adventure with his best buddy. But I think what really killed it for me is something that will happen in 6.1. That was a moment that began to annoy me, where I was getting chastised for a lot of the choices I was making by G'raha, because I wanted to do the jokey choice. And I'm like, G'raha, you know who the fuck I am. Why are you chastising me right now? You're the one that wanted to hang out with your star baseball player. Maybe don't meet your fucking heroes. Maybe that's a better lesson to learn here.
Yeah. So I know initially, I didn't mind as much because I knew this burden, but like the more I think back on, watching through Shadowbringers again and being reminded about how much of a complete badass the Crystal Exarch was, how much he held his shit together despite everything for literally a goddamn century. And then like when you do this spire and you learn about some of the deeper side quest stuff, and you're just like how bleak things were for how long and how desperate this whole thing was. And then he shows up here in the first and just like, oh no, everything's gone to shit here too. Just hold your crap together for another bajillion moments. Like, so then he's like, okay, he's finally free of it. He gets to just do whatever the hell he wants. Yeah, I'd probably just be an idiot too. You know, I'm going to Disneyland, that whole thing. But I don't know.
At the end of the day, I'm still always going to prefer what I got from Shadowbringers.
Yes.
There's also the scene. This scene always in my head all the time. I know we're not there yet, but we fucking just like, hey, I'm gonna ask G'raha Tia to come do a thing, and he's sitting there, like eyes closed, fists clenched, tail shaking. I'm like, has he gone off?
He does. There's
a sudden smell of fish in the room. What's happening?
We will. I will endeavor not to make fun of him as much, but like at this specific moment, I do. It's I don't know. I'm already missing the Crystal Exarch. Knowing what's to come, knowing that there's maybe a handful of moments that G'raha really whoops ass, and then the rest of it is not as good.
I will personally not ramble as much unless it is literally the like worst moments. At least what I feel will be the worst moments. I will try to hold it back because I know people are annoyed when people ramble about G'raha to you.
Yeah. G'raha being a victim of fanon, it is an interesting introspection because the writer, the person who wrote Shadowbringers, who's the absolute badass, God bless her, who I think just basically got promoted to the point that she didn't have her hands in it, which is why Dawntrail sucked, I think, as so the story goes. Sucked is the wrong term, just work with me. Like, she did Crystal Tower. So she, like, when she was in charge of Shadowbringers, she's just like, we're bringing my boy into this, and you're all gonna deal with it. And I'm like, you know what? Respect. You wrote Shadowbringers. If you want to bring your cat boy into it and make him a main character, I think you literally have earned it. So on that from that perspective, I'm like, yeah, fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. And he's not horrible. This is something I'm going to be paying very close attention to.
In the grand scheme of things, he's not the worst character in the game.
Yeah, it is.
It's just the issue is just it's the comparison.
Yeah.
It's difficult to not make it, especially for me. I can't not make it because I really enjoyed Shadowbringers so much. I enjoyed G'raha so much. But I know in the grand scheme of things, there are worse characters in this game by quite a large margin, actually.
Yeah, this is something was not really expecting because I imagine that my position on G'raha being like, yeah, he sucks, but he's still okay. It's fine. Like at this moment now, I'm just like, damn it, we lost the Crystal Exarch, and now we get this punk. So now I'm gonna be introspective the whole time. Every time we talk to G'raha T, I'm just like, how am I? What side of the fence am I on today? This crap. But
probably no. We may change your minds, especially now that we have what the future holds. Maybe we are being dramatic. Maybe we are being a bit overly harsh on them. With the exception of the two scenes that always stick in my mind that I feel like some intern who really, really liked the character wrote it.
He's not terribly consistent, and yeah, I'll be paying close attention to his character. But Fandaniel, go on. Sorry.
At the end of the day, your Stola still exists. She hasn't been changed. It's great. I don't care.
Yeah, Stola has been changed.
As long as she doesn't become a fanboy, then I'll be fine.
Here's the thing: Stola has changed. She's only gotten better because she drifts closer and closer to being Matoya, which is the peak of magical existence. And again, we have Ishtola's interplanetary adventures to look forward to whenever those are.
This is the game's final chance to win me over. If I don't get kidnapped by Ishtola and we're not going on a space adventure together, I'm done. The subs are over.
I will grant them, if we don't get Ishtola's interplanetary adventures, if we go to Mericidia, I'm like, okay, I'll wait. This is personally. I understand if you turn your sub off like the next day, I 100% understand and respect that decision. But if they're like, Drake,
that's the thing. They're gonna blue ball me on purpose to keep me coming back. They're like, you know you want this. You know you want this. You thirsty fuck. You want to go back to this game. You just have to stick around. Maybe one day it will happen.
They can't. Well, particularly now that we are emotionally fresh from Ishtola looking Runar straight in the eyes and saying, "Say my name and I will return." We can't not return. Actually have to do it. Like when you were running through Shadowbringers and she said that, you're sort of just like, ooh, what's going on here? You know, it's sort of this mysterious thing in the back of your mind. You're just like, you know, you can't do this, right? But she's like, but it's Ishtola. She'll spend her whole life trying to figure it out. And then like the key to it, literally is sitting in the Warrior of Light's bags right now. I can't wait. We'll see. Hold on. Hold the line. Whatever. But yes, you're right. Ishtola is single-handedly just absolutely demolishing all Makote and making all of the cat girls in Limsa like, you know what? They're fine because we got Ishtola out of this. It's like Yugiri and Sadu. It's just like, you know what? Mail-O-Ra, run as stupid as you want. We have extracted value from your entire race of 2 characters. We only needed 1 with Ishtola. And to be fair, there actually are a lot of cool Makote. When you do also a lot of silly ones, like people who are really bad at dodging grenades. There's all sorts of good stuff. So yes, Fandaniel, the last ramble, and then we're good. Absolutely love the contrast on him compared to, because like it's always the big problem of how do you follow up on the Unsundered, right? So you had La Habrea, typical twirling mustache evil, who then is followed up by Elidibus, who is mysterious thing in the back who's forced to come out of the shadows, and then of course the villain to end all villains in this game, Emmetzelk, Emperor Solus himself, who has just single-handedly stolen the show in stages he's not even a part of. Now we only got this little bit of Fandan. I'm just gonna call him Fandan. Is that all right with you?
That's fine with me.
So we only get this little bit right now.
Fandaniel is a mouthful, so I'm fine with it calling him
Fandan. So like at this point, we get this guy who is like an agent of chaos. We're already getting a bit of a sip of his nihilism, which really becomes an amazing part of his character, and he's over the top. He's throwing money around. He's Asahi, which is just a layer of greatness on top of that.
The Asahi reveal was always interesting, especially when like people go through it for the first time. They're just like, "What the fuck?" A lot of people don't actually understand that it's a vessel, even at the end of the cutscene. They just think that Asahi's been there, and that's been him the whole time.
No, oh man, no, can you imagine?
I think it's because they're busy. I think it's because they're busy losing their mind to the fact that Asahi showed up again. Because a lot of people hate him, and I mean, he's a character designed to be hated. That's the point.
He's such a shit eater. It's so good. He's so good at what he does. And this is also like he's dead. He's actually dead. And then Fandaniel just went and like dug his corpse out. He's just like, this one will do. He smells like shit. I think that's funny. Off he goes. And yeah, we're gonna get a lot about Fandaniel, and just also like the fact that he's sort of just like, wait, the Unsundered are dead? I get to do whatever I want? Fuck these guys. You know, anarchy, rage. They're like, interesting. And it only gets better from here. So like, this is a really solid opening to this guy. And the thing is that it's what I like about it, like you can already get it in this scene, is that like everything's a joke to him. So like he's flamboyant, he's stealing the scene, he looks over, Xenos is just waiting for him to shut up, but he doesn't care because nothing matters to him. It's exceptional.
Like he's like one like face painting away from just being, I'm the Joker, baby.
Yes.
Not the Joker himself, but specifically that one YouTuber guy that goes, I'm the Joker, baby. I don't know if you've seen that guy. That guy is hilarious. I don't know why he says it that way.
Put me a link in our side chat. I'll watch it when we're done here. Yeah. So look, this is because you're already hitting the letdown. There's all the emotional goodbyes that we did last week. We had to tearfully leave Boxcar behind. All this emotional, heart-wrenching stuff, and then there's always a question like, okay, what next? Everything's fine, and there's like, it is not fine. Here's what we have to deal with. So yes, yeah, we still have good to look forward to, but it is going to be a fond and heartful farewell to some of the best video game content that has been made by human hands. All right, so. Any other rambles? Anything else to unpack for now?
I'm trying to have a think. Thinky. There probably was, but it's like sort of escaped my head. I'm really trying to think. It is interesting seeing this entire expansion again from the perspective of getting it all done in one quick succession. I don't think there's much else to speak about. I think we pretty much covered all the bases. We covered all the bases in the previous patches at this point. The one thing I've said, and I think I've always said, is that if the game decided, okay, the game ends here and we don't continue after this, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
I think this is a very, very well-rounded ending, but we're obviously not going to have that happen.
Yeah. Very interesting, and this was technically true how they had the final chapter of the Star as the fade out, and then the lead into Endwalker, which we don't know that's what the lead into Endwalker is about, but that is an interesting thing. Also I'll be thinking about Endwalker in the context of Dawn Trail, but that's a little bit in the future. I mean, we have a couple of things to tie up first. So yeah, good shit, as they say.
As they say.
As they say. It's G'raha. Oh, you're back. Tell me, Viola, do you think I was excessively familiar earlier in my tone and mannerism? I thought it better to be familiar than formal for you to become comrades. But now I worry that it may have detracted from the gratitude and respect I harbor for everyone. Perhaps we might consider it a nod to my regrettably less than humble beginnings? Yes, that'll do. Being free to live as one pleases is not without its challenges. In a way, it was easier when I had a mission that consumed my every waking moment. It provided me with focus, a constant push in a singular direction. By the way, was casting spells always so draining? I had quite forgotten what it was like to do without the tower. I've rarely felt so exhausted or hungry. If all I did was bend the bow, I would be of limited use to you and your adventures, so I shall persevere. He was actually a bard back in the day.
You can bend my bow.
I know G'raha wants to bend the Warrior of Light's bow. Whoever I might have been before, I am now a scion, and an inexperienced scion at that. A green initiate eager to learn how best to contribute to the cause. That he might follow in the footsteps of his inspiration.
Essentially what I do is I do not do what Alphinaud does. So just follow those rules.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine. Last time we left him in charge, we got overruled and had to flee the country. So
yeah. If he ever talks about Crystal Blaze, just throw a shoe at him. He'll understand. Hope's Legacy. What do we get? Shepherd to the Stars. Alright. And now we have ran. This would have been Puppet's Bunker for a few months. Cause 5-4 would have been Eden Part 3. Alright, so we ran Puppet's Bunker for a few months and we pentamelded some crap. Let's pretend that all happened and now we're gonna go talk to Cryo. Come to look in on our friends. Rest assured everyone is quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them and have satisfied myself that they are all in fine health. As a matter of fact, they're just about to convene in Dawn's Respite, or Respite perhaps, to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Oh boy, it's an orgy. I mean, you're back in the source. What else are you going to do? Thanks for the link.
Well, my friends, now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Whose bag lunch is there in the back?
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I've a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows.
Doth indeed.
In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission. Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Ooda. Oh, hey.
Welcome back, everyone.
Lise!
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over?
That's right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
The famous Lise Hext, former scion, and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
I don't believe we've met.
Really? It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
G'raha at your service. I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
Oh, right. I did glance at the report. But I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it.
I miss you, Ida.
He's in there somewhere.
I know. Now and again, you'll get lines like that. That's just Ida coming out, and you're like, near and dear to my heart.
Well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
I'll take that as a yes. Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength. Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
Is it just me, or did it sound like she was about to burp when she said I'm forced to be feared?
She felt something come up.
It was the background lunch, it was hers.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough? Alright, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire. So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne. The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble. The Alliance will soon convene in Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald, and we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
Oh, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the tempered.
Ta-da!
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you used to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alisaie, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
She's been into Ida more than she's not in this scene. I love it.
I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
Get me out! Get me out! I've committed to being an asshole. I don't actually like stuffy meetings, but we're saying that just to get under.
Rest assured, there'll be many, many more. Go on, lend Alisaie a hand.
Stola letting me off the hook.
I'll come too. If you don't mind, that is.
She must be in a really good mood.
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad of your company. Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
No. That's not... I mean, I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
So this
We'll
is
still be
fine.
on our way then. Godspeed.
This part is fine because he literally is getting back into it, right? The chains have come off. He doesn't know how to act.
So here it sucks here as well. No, I'm kidding. It is fine here. It's fine.
It is a bit of a contrast. I'll agree. Which without context would not make much sense, but
like he's nervous. He's now part of this main team.
Yep.
And I mean, there's also the baggage of his history as well. Let's just find to be a little nervous here. This is his first day on the job.
It's all true. What Stola's about, one cannot afford even the slightest slip. Hello, corporate overlord. I could say with complete confidence that G'raha is dressed for anything. Tataru probably made the outfit. Because she makes all outfits, because he's a master crafter. He's probably already working on being more richer than God, but we have not unleashed it yet. That's Tataru's grand endeavors.
Tataru has indeed bought all extra retainer slots, and they all have max cap gil on them.
They do. She's running it.
She's the one that's bought the 25 houses that nobody else has bought. Because they can't, because the housing system in this game still sucks balls.
You think she would have bought out like an entire community? It's like, I will not be bothered by people. All of these houses are now mine.
Maybe she owns the clan that keeps putting that buys all the houses and puts carbuncle furniture all over it.
It's all coming together. Anyway. When I set out to save Halric, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind, and having proved that the light corrupted are not lost, I am convinced that the same must be true of the tempered. Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the ether of Gabu's soul has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different, perhaps the solution is the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, and it warrants full investigation. There is even a chance we can save Gabu. We have to try. However much I'd like to race over to Limsa and set to work, there's no room for recklessness. Not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Becklug would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things can go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. We should possibly learn all we possibly can. We gotta go talk to 3 people first. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of the many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Allagans took a more than passing interest in the subject. And what if we seek is to be found anywhere? It would surely be at the Etherochemical Research Facility, a level 60 dungeon. Let's hit it. Place is good as empty. They experimented on primals and their worshippers. Yes, good thinking. I've never actually been there myself, but I did read the report on Asa Shla, which means we'll be needing an airship. Oh, that lick from Tataru.
An airship, you see? I have 7.
I know! The one and only corporate overlord that I'll just be ready and willing. Have we ever been? Oh, we're in the secret back room. We've only ever been over here. I guess they turned the lights on now that it's not ominous. Let's have a wander. Those textures are not readable. I don't think we'll be back in here. Let's have a good full look. Mahogany. Papers. Yeah, and the lunch. It's like a can? I don't know. Okay. Dawn's Respite. Thanks, everybody. Guys still after it. Get him, Hoary Boulder. Always bet on Hoary Boulder. I really hate him.
Like main quest line. I want the Hoary Boulder quest line.
Dude, let's get it. Ever since we fought him in Realm Reborn, it's just been, he's the guy. Thank you, Norvrandt here off to Garlemald to keep the information flowing freely between us and the Alliance. After all, close coordination is the key to winning this war. Real's a cool guy too. He has his moments though. He doesn't need more. I mean, if they give him more, by all means. I mean, he ain't getting it, but you know what I mean. You get me. Come, Midgard Summer. Father of Dragons. You gotta go look at your dead body? It's right there.
That's kind of fucked up. But to be fair, he's been around for such a long time. I don't think that bothers him at this point.
I don't think anything bothers him.
Significantly significantly less than watching a lot of his children go to war for a long fucking time.
Yep. I think the only thing that pisses him off these days is Omega.
Oh, I can't imagine why he's so mad at Omega. Is it because he doesn't know what Larboard and Starboard is? Is that the issue? That's probably what it is. He never figured it out.
Yeah, he keeps thinking it's port. Understandable. I want on. Fine, I'll talk to Tower first. The Bonanza, the Scion's very own airship. I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones and named her for luck and prosperity. Company project. Ah, she's the person in the free company who... You should have watched your sailing stream. You seem to be having fun with sailing. I was not able to watch it fully. How was it in the Run Escape?
I mean, it's a thing right now.
Yeah. You're streaming it more tomorrow, yeah?
I don't know. I might stream it more soon, actually. I'm not sure.
Oh.
We'll see.
Oh.
I mean, I'm right now, I'm actually just AFK working on it to get to 30, which I think is where everything really starts, which is a bit fucking slow, I'm going to be real. A lot of people were kind of like turbo pissed about this skill.
How is it compared to like leveling other skills to 30?
At the moment, it is actually one of the slowest, but I actually think the main reason it is for a lot of people right now is that they just don't know how to quickly train it. There's a lot of things the game doesn't tell you. But I mean, you go on the wiki, you can get information on a lot of stuff. I went on the wiki and I found something else out that gives a nice giant chunk of EXP. But compared to other skills, it is quite slow. I compared it to rune crafting because rune crafting is extremely slow. However, in the modern era, rune crafting now has a method that you can use at level 9 to just start power leveling in a minigame. Sailing does not. Sailing just kind of feels like the minigame right now, so you just have to wait until you get to 30. So I can understand why a few people were griping at how slow it is right out of the gate, especially those people who are maxed, who can now no longer use their max cape because they have to max this skill and they don't like it. But that's kind of the nature of RuneScape, unfortunately. Yeah. There's nobody who plays this game that likes every skill. Nobody likes agility. Because agility, you constantly have to be clicking. You do not really have very much AFK time. And people bit the bullet and dealt with that, so that is what it is. But I'm so far it's okay. We'll see how it gets. We'll see how it goes. I just wish there was more I could do at lower levels. But at the moment, it just seems like, please grind to 30, and then you can do things. But anyway, I will start rambling about OSRS.
I literally asked you to ramble. literally
I
said...
thought you were going to read the. I thought you were going to read the text. That's why I stopped.
It's G'raha talking. Nah, I'm joking. Already bagging him. Then I'd give him a chance. What a liar. I'd also introduce myself as your pilot, except the training didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped, but that's all right because we've hired his capable fellow here instead. Hi. Man's is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around Azizla. Enough talk. Have at you.
Nobody can ever say "but enough talk" ever again without that being a fuss thing.
No.
The entire world thinks of.
It's owned, bought and sold by Dracula. Tepish.
I love that. Do you think Dracula's a gypsy post that fucking he posted?
I tell you, stuff like that does make me consider being a mentor. Because I really couldn't handle the shame of dying after that point. Let's see, what do you got? Listen, I was fond of flying, because I am. Being on an airship, an Amaro, or a Chocobo, there's nothing exhilarating as feeling the wind on your face as the horizon unfolds before you. Isn't that nice? Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Tataru has outdone herself. Anyway, here we are on Azizla, and Alphinaud's report did not do the scale of this place justice. Yeah, also can't say what is a man. Yeah. You need to be a mentor to join the novice network, right? You can't just slip in the back door.
Believe so. No. I believe you do. You either need to be a novice or you need to be a mentor.
Yeah.
And we're neither.
It's just a matter of me going to an NPC and saying, slap it on.
I've got like 25 to get. I'm pretty sure if I was to just sit there and be a healer for a day, I'd probably get it.
Oh, maybe.
I'm not really in a rush to go into the hellhole.
You'll passively get it.
Yep. I deal with a RuneScape chat. I don't really want to deal with a fucking mentor chat on top of it. It's a different type of stupid.
You can also be transmog. Change into ephemera with black leather outfit, and you'll just get them falling from the sky.
Yeah, I could actually.
If you really wanted to. Anyway.
That won't tempt me.
I wonder what they're selling for these days. Anyway, we're here on Azizla, and Alphinaud's report do not do the scale of this place. I already read that. Got distracted. Appears to be helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant. Yes, I believe I have my bearings. So this is my first time in Azizla. I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records in the Crystal Tower. Unless I am mistaken, this path leads to an aetheryte. I mean, you could see it from there. You don't have to be cheeky about it. Beyond which there'll be information terminal. I suspect we begin our search there. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna pretend to be doing the anima weapon quest. Oh man, how much is this? Ah, that's bad.
I have to grind that Alexander raid how many times?
Oh, hello, A9S.
I still remember A9S when it was new. Our team couldn't get past the front fucking door. Like, the DPS check was... Yeah, the DPS check was insanely fucking tight. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, now you run that unsynced because that's the fastest way to ponder your orbs. So weird. Here's a terminal. Moment while I search the archives for references to Tempering. You found it. Iconic corruption and overview. That sounds promising. Gonna read an entire report. I'm gonna go run around and kill things. Contents appear to have been deleted. Check the recycle bin, G'raha. Not from here, I'm afraid, but maybe another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is where to look. It says here the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely he kept a copy? I would say it's a distinct possibility. Assuming he was a researcher here, he would have had quarters on the Habisphere. We can ascertain the details at Habisphere Control. Avail ourselves of the mana couch. I'll just fly. I'll meet you there. You already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship then. Ah, Alisaie gets it! We'll see you at the Habisphere. Company issued chocobo. Let's go. God. I used to do B ranks here. Despised it.
Fighting the hunts here in general just fucking sucks. This area is too big and empty.
I am so glad they learned their lesson. Like, I appreciate the the scale of this place, the way it looks. Like all of the pieces separately are awesome. And then you gotta find some goddamn Allagan thing, which can either be in Beta Quadrant or Delta Quadrant. Good luck.
And I mean, back in the day when it was current, you didn't have the thing that said, "Oh, you sense your like hunt nearby." You didn't have that.
You didn't have that?
No, your B ranks, you had to find them. You had to find them up close. You had to see them straight up. You had to make sure they were rendered, or you couldn't see them.
That is brutal. Like, I appreciate that as the middle ground for, yeah, we know we're gonna have you run around God's creation, but we'll throw you a bone if you're close enough.
Yeah, I don't know when they added the bone. Actually, I did not know when that happened, because when I was doing B rank, I think when I was doing it recently for getting teleport tokens, that's when I noticed it, and I was like, when the fuck was this added? I do not remember this being in the game, but I hadn't done hunts properly for like years, so I have no idea when it was added, but I'm glad it was, because fuck this zone and looking for hunts.
Oh my god, yes. Are you getting 8th right tickets with Centurion seals?
I was just getting them with all the things.
Okay.
I was just doing all the hunts and getting all the seals, just buying tickets that way.
Fair.
I've stopped. I'm still sitting on a lot of tickets. Like, I've not paid for a while, but
I just can't. Well, never mind. I don't need to flaunt my riches on this.
Yeah, you're rich. You're rich. You're rich as fuck. I get it.
I'm actually not.
I mean, I'm also fairly rich. I'm not poor.
I think.
Yeah, I can buy soap.
Like, when you talk about people who are like actually rich in this game, and just like the amount of like hundreds of millions of gil that you have, just like, holy crap, how do you do this? You're just like, we're just rich, bitch. I'm just like, okay. I'm rich enough. I don't know. I don't get greed sometimes. I get it, but I don't. I don't know. It's like the Trench Bowl cake for me. It's like at some point you should stop eating it. I don't know. Where I'm going with this.
Like,
anyway,
I mean, some people just need more.
Yeah, I get,
especially when they really don't need more.
Yeah, there's like I understand the brain virus behind that, and there's a reason it's one of the 7 deadly sins. Anyway, Toledo ended in G'raha chamber here. This node will be able to tell us its number. Break into a guy's house 1,000 years after he dies. Evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to Habisphere is not permitted. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the 4th Rumble Calamity, and I doubt would be lifted in the near future. Energy level is critical. Off it goes. Goodbye. Surely there must be some other way to gain access. Force, for example. Area resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall they are known to form at points of stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? A report was sent to the capital mentioning that lightning aspect of ether is prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. We're slowly coming to the realization that he's a massive nerd. We're not there yet. We're still remembering him just being cool. Minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there's no such thing as too much Allagan knowledge. Also, that's like a very valid sentence. An extremely valid sentence. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you, 'tis more exhilarating than I can well express. Now then, the lightning shard. If I may, especially split up and search the beta quadrant. Oh, but beware of sprites. They are wont to manifest where the egg is stagnant. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. The first to return here, the shard wins. What do you say? Yeah, sure. It would be my honor to come third. I love making that joke, like when there's 3 people participating in something and be like, I was in top 3. You know you do that by default, like, absolutely. Guaranteed success is still success. Alright, let's do a spot of violence. It's stagnant lightning. Still remember the buttons. Get it. Get it. Come on. Get it. Get it. There. Come on. Come on. Pick it up. What are you staring at? Oh, I'm gonna hit 90 and have to figure out how Ogi Namakiri works on a controller. Bravo. It was quite a show adventure. Why the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. This is actually a callback. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. No dramatic entrance, you've changed. You remember that? In my defense, I was caught up in the moment. It isn't every day you meet your honest-to-God's hero, after all. Well, the contest continues, so you'd better hurry back. But one last thing. Thank you for bringing me here. Yeah, sure. No big deal. Hello, mana cutters. You have a shard, then you win. I searched high and low, but couldn't find so much as a trace of stagnant ether. Huh. We win. The lightning shard that faintly dances with this concentrated energy it harbors, handled with care. Have a good. What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? That's a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we can both learn a great deal from Viola, and not only about the secrets of adventuring. But come, we should attend to our mission. Zap. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Hemisphere. Only one obstacle remains, security systems within. Should they be triggered, they can make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I am right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes, but if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you get out at the first sight of trouble. He promises. Nothing for it but to sit tight. Seated callback. Sure, this Owen fellow was rarely learned, but Iconic Corruption overview sounds like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of ether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alphinaud just more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. Controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Charlene's knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphinaud was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean, the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little more open-minded, but deep down he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. Should have liked to meet the young Alphinaud. For what it's worth, my thesis concerned the Allagan civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the studium. I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Students of Baldessian convinced me to write one in the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I'll admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good God, an Archon's thesis. I shudder to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. It's scanning. If you just guess, please complete the biometric authentication. Royal bloodline. Member of the royal family, I met your most humble service. Never ceases to amuse me, so there's a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga and Une said as much when they granted me this gift, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. It's an interesting little quip. I didn't realize his Allagan bloodline abilities were not just turned on. Port is locked by the author. Please state password. Well, go then, Your Highness. Tell the nice node the password. Oh. Glory be to Allag. Long live Emperor Zandy. Oh. G'raha, did you see any post-it notes in that room before you left? Passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance, password. The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. Yeah, password not 1. You need a number. Wild Rose. That's a callback. Any further appropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Alisaie goes for violence. Not be too hasty. Single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. Maybe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Machina into cooperating, it is them. Yeah. Oh yes, you need capital letter, lowercase, number, and symbol. Why? Who knows? I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid since waking up. Rambros did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext, however much I might look forward to seeing him again. Him and everyone. But come, let's be on our way. Allagan note number 1. Look at him all but running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Probably moved my home point, but eh. Schmucks do we have today? No. You see, your mission was a success in no small part due to the bonanza. Oh, right. They had the important meeting while we were slipped away. Tower contacted Sid on our behalf, and he's on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, it's very much like to hear about transpired at the Alliance Council. That's right. Politics. That thing we got out of. Meeting convened to discuss how best to respond to recent events in Garlemald. According to the intelligence from our Doman allies, a war of succession rages on and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the Third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears they have released substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus, aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyu and Asahi? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urianger will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it will be unwise to interfere in the conflict. Until, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they've decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the Beast Tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent is not a problem easily solved. The Laminsons in particular struggle in their efforts, and Alphinaud and Istola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. And on that cheery note, may you might not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's Respite. I'll show and Sid. Oh, we're going back to... We're using Dawn's Respite a whole bunch. Why? What's wrong with the solar? I guess it's weird to be in there without Minfilia. We're going to the side room. Maybe it's just a big table. They like the big table. His Highness is exhibiting elevated blood pressure. It's him. Also Pigs and Wedge. And not Nero. Less interested. Fear us not coming to see you sooner. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been had you not fulfilled your promise. I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Well, treatment for tempering. And the next step, you need to find a password to this Allagan's report. Narrate a clue to guide us. We could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Tech support. I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured a magic terminal to make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambros. It contains an Allagan dictionary. Not a tombstone. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set to work right away. Brought the whole group. A little bit egg timer. Password is freedom. Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would open a report entitled Iconic Corruption Overview, Password Freedom. Owen! The report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which Acons corrupt and bind men to their will. Phenomena we call corruption refers to the alteration of the ether of the soul. Said ether originally exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. But when a subject is exposed to the ether of an icon, this changes, their soul taking on the properties of the entity in question. Oh, cool, Sephiroth. By way of an example, exposure to the ether of the fiend Sephiroth would cause the subject's ether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain a heightened affinity with earth-aspected magics, as well as a preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. Changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom could consume their entire existence. In this manner, do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set up to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. That guy. What a Fandan. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence, I have been stripped of rank and title and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nevertheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do what I could not and find a cure for victims of iconic corruption. End recording.
That was a good use of Fandan. I'll let you have it.
Thank you. So not even the Allagans are able to find a cure, or rather, we're not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, yet were we to simply reanimate a tempered soul, I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. Only, they say the same thing. One with fewer words. Of course, the memory transference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effect to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith which have become to dominate the individual's thoughts. See, the theory seems sound. Our experience treating the light corrupted would help us to identify suitable memories of reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I can see that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. Perhaps it's best we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but at this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, the nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different than how we identified the password. But it'll take more calculating power, a lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? Keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from the person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective. I believe their motto is freedom through technology or some such. Look at the cheeky bastard. You two, round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Things are about to get very busy. Luckily, we have you to help, eh? What do you got? Yeah, nothing. All those Majesty terminals won't come cheap. Ah, shut up, Tataru. Some things you shouldn't put a price on. Getting there, one step at a time. Archive node is having a nappy. As with our first foray into the labyrinth of the ancients, we seek to venture into the unknown, and in order to succeed, we require not only knowledge and preparation, but daring besides. Yeah, and bring me Nero, God's sakes. This room is just empty without him. We're procuring supplies. Ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Oh, I wanted to get the ice shards. Or I'll call dibs. I'm just too slow. Promissory note for each of you. Oh, it's just a gopher quest. Let's fetch. Taking the Sky Skill Manufactory in Ishgard and the Ceruleum Processing Plant in Thanalan. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head the Thanalan. It's pretty scared. I'm gonna talk to him without being a machinist. He will be displeased. Right here, I can pretend that I'm working on the resplendent tools. You want me to do how many craps? I'm out of here. You stand in the Sky Skill Manufactory. Very useful from below. Issued by Garland Iron Works, this promissory note is intended for the purchase of the quantity of ceruleum specified thereupon. So you're after ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. Oh my god. Oh, the airship landing. Gotta go upstairs. Da da da. There they are. Who are we gonna run into? Ceruleum, you've come to the right man. Fair warning, though, the price has shot up on the account of the uncertainty of the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. I have a promissory note. Well, no, a promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem, it's as good as gold to me. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada. Guns, swords. What's up, fools?
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places.
Buying gas.
As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem.
How convenient.
To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
He's not voice acted, so you can just wave.
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find.
Sort of my fault. He's got a new bromance, man. It's out of our hands.
He recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day? A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it.
Oh, convenient.
In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
Count the barrels. 1, 2. Crap, I lost count. 1, 2. Why? See you later, Lucia. And Amaric too. We'll see him later. Don't worry. Don't worry, Amaric, I was just joking. It's fine. Napping.
Oh, who would have thought cerulean weighed so much?
Dude, liquid barrels are rough.
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it.
I think this was when he forgot the voice he used to have.
Yeah.
Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
He's a little different, yeah.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
Yeah!
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
God, every scene with him is gold.
Ask Jessie. She was the one who hired you. All I know is you're an employee of the Ironworks now, so you'll bloody well earn your keep.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin.
I love watching this old married couple argue.
All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Tempted to go back to like the older stuff, like in Heaven's Word, and listen to it, but I already know it's gonna be different. It sounds weird. Convenient sets of soft backless chairs, though. Trying to sleep sitting up just never works for me.
Damn it. It's overloading.
She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close. So very close.
We'll shut it down and turn it back on and then just keep going. Do you not understand how data process? Never mind. It's dramatic moment.
Oh.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There. I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
Wedge knows his voice.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
Quest complete. Oh yeah, I'm not actually getting a lot of experience for this. It's about right. Ironworks crew couldn't linger long, far too much to do, yet brief though our time together was, it was bloody good to see them. Trial once again has nothing quips. In the end, we didn't have to pay for the terminals, which is great for us, but I can't feel my counterpart in the Ironworks. Long last, we have our cure. In theory, at any rate, we cannot be certain until such time as we put it to the proof, but I am quietly confident. Well, for to test it on someone, then I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. As long as you exercise due caution. Without further ado, let's make Falamsa. Feels weird not to just pull out my Hearthstone to get there, but... What do we got today? It's Yum Yum 1. I was about to say, there's got to be at least one weird name. Troubled Adventurer. That's a name. Let's go. What do you got? Nothing. Moment of truth. I'll have our host bring Gabu to us at once. Here comes this Makote. Oh no, it's a Hummin. They changed jobs.
Apologies for the wait.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Hi, punks.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphinaud, Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
Yeah, we killed it. What's up?
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment?
Blah blah, Allagan. Laser beams.
Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul. Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
By doing so, we also spare G'raha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Everyone point at me.
Well, I for one would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Excellent. With your permission then, let us begin. Yes, this will do. And now, it's my turn. Tis done.
No small amount indeed.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allagans did not. It was never like to be easy.
If it was easy, anyone could do it.
The rest is up to you, Alisaie. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one. I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
We're like doing a lot of sitting. Having a city. What do you got? As good a spot as any to have a rest. What, on the rock? So, to be fair, inside of the Limsa Aether Crystal, you get to see all the characters. Good people watching.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light-corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alisaie refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
You can always be a red mage, Alphinaud. It's not too late. Don't tell me, tell her. Get out of here. I'm not a mediator.
I should, I know. Yet, despite my good intent, I have the feeling that I would only succeed in incurring her ire.
Speaking of ire.
Alisaie, are you all right?
It's fine.
The treatment. Did it work?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gaboo!
We've done it.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alisaie's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alisaie. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alisaie was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms. Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gaboo, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then, the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of porxies, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
I have to go now, Gabu. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alisaie. Thank you.
Goodbye, little urchin.
Rush you on back to Harry Potter.
That was a feel-good moment when it hit the first time. I mean, you sort of knew it was gonna work, but it's one of those things that it's like it doesn't matter whether or not you. Oh hi, didn't mean to be in your hitbox, Alisaie. Alisaie will be exhausted from her efforts, but you wouldn't think so to look at her now. May recall that in order to procure the ingredients for Angelo, we had no choice but to surrender ourselves to the whims of the pixies. I should have done so with far better grace had I known what would go on to achieve. Trace of a wry smile is visible on Estola's lips. As she will be at pains to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first, but this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. Da 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 da. This actually be good timing. We'll be able to park right on the doorstep of Matoya's relict.
Weird getting nostalgic for Idlechile's theme.
Yeah, it's been. I was going through the VODs. We started 2025 in the patch content for Heavensward. So it's been several months since we were in Isgard or Idosar proper.
I mean, more nostalgic for me, who played the expansion at the time.
Oh yeah, well yeah. But just like it's like not only is it nostalgic based on back in the day, but like it's becoming nostalgic from the stream.
It's it was the place to be. Like
yeah, well,
it was the hangout hub, and there were hundreds of players at all times.
Makes sense. There's a lot of
stuff. It kind of became a second Limsa, but then more expansions came out, and the numbers were spread thinner and thinner. And the areas are also larger and larger, so it just feels a bit less populated.
Master Matoya is something of a legend among Archons. I very much look forward to meeting her, if not the dressing down I am liable to receive for my inept attempts at summoning you. It's been some time since Master Matoya saw Estola. What a lot they will have to talk about. Yeah, Estola. What was your name on the first? Oh, we'll get there. Do you remember when last we came here? It was to find out why the others had collapsed. If someone had told me then that they'd been whisked away to another world, I probably would have laughed in their face. You live and learn, eh? I take it you are ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil. Very well. I'm glad we made it this far. Standing around.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
I'd like to think that she's just like in bed, just like watching soap operas, and then like a magical thing goes off and she realizes there's people outside, so then she just gets out of bed and pretends to be like studious.
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
Suddenly.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. G'raha is my name, and I am proud to call myself a Scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Allag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits.
Galaf reference.
Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
I love this woman.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day. So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxies with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were.
Matoya is just like, automate your processes.
Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
What do you got? Ah, he's trying to... By the way, Viola, do you think I misspoke earlier? I assure you it was not my intention to embarrass anyone. He did mention it. Moldy old holes. You really must miss the place. Where does she mean, do you think? Hidden workshop? Nope, not straightforward broom. Nope, not G'raha again. Come on, Alisaie. In case you ever wondered, Alphinaud got his innocent streak from our mother, and it can be rather endearing, even useful in certain situations. But most of the time, it just makes me want to shake him. Poor Ishtola. Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there. That may be, but no one has set foot in there, and since the Exodus, I dread to imagine what has become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars and mayhap a monster or two, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. You could consider cleaning up the place payment for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Quarter. I'll send one of my piragos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. What are you still doing here? Off to the Maker's Quarter with you. I'll join you when I'm ready. Go on now, shoo! Exceptional. Ah. %100% success rate in all scenes Matoya is in. Oh, it's the Alexander wall. Hang on a minute. Ugh! Got my company issue chocobo. Probably just end the stream like 10 minutes early. I think I just literally talked to him and then it's just in you go.
Remember the old days where there was no queuing for current raid content. You had to go to the front door and create a party outside the door and then walk in with the party.
The old school way.
Yeah, they did that for Coils of Bahamut and Alexander, but then they stopped it on Stormblood onwards, which I get why they did it, but the idea of just hanging about social hubs in front of the doors and wishing people luck before they went in to get their fucking heads kicked in. Different time.
Yeah, WoW used to be that way. I mean, in even when we were running Mythics, when if you had a whole party, you could just walk in the front door. I think you needed to do that specifically for Mythic content. Or at least if you're a pre-mid. Crash can certainly do with a trim. Workshop was an unforgiving place even before the Exodus, and I doubt the years of neglect have improved it. Judging by the unruly state of the floor without, safe to assume there will be no shortage of unruly fauna within. And add that to the undisturbed secrets of the workshop, we have the makings of an adventure. Oh, he wants to go on an adventure with us. How about that? Alisaie and I are still very young when we departed with the Exodus. I envy Ishtola for remembering the city as it once was. Greetings and welcome to my good mistress's relict. Pearl Rago is my name, and I'm honored to be your guide. Within, you will find a space dedicated to the making of familiars, along with a cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and will, I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it that you do not lose your... What is going on with that staff? It's like vibrating. Now then, only say the word, and I will show you in. Dong. Hello, Tarantula Hawk. Stay right there. What do we got for small talk? We'll do small talk and then I'm going to cut it. Shall I lead the van, or would you rather I followed up the rear? Whatever you prefer, I'm happy to adapt, so come, let us go and make our mother porxie. I was still a child when last I came here, but now I am rather more capable. Not that Master Matoya seems to have noticed. Mayhaps she will when I have cleaned up the mess she left. Cheeky. No stranger to porxie making, as you know, and that must count for something. Though it has been a while since I last joined the fray, I have followed Alisaie's example and practiced wherever possible. My healing magic are as ready as always. We have...
My strength is yours. I stand ever ready.
Yeah, we need G'raha for tank. Oh, it was Antechamber, I think, that you could use the frog as a tank or something like that. I was just like, oh, use poor Rog. I was just like, we'll use the frog as the tank, and then G'raha can heal. But no, not so. All right, so we'll be here. Next we meet. Next. Is next Wednesday's Thanksgiving week here in Yankee Doodle Land, I think. Yes. So I'll be busy during the week. So no stream Wednesday. This Saturday I think I'm fine. Next Saturday I don't know. Yeah, let me do this. Pop. But thank you everybody for hanging out. We did it. We have finished Shadowbringers. Well and truly. And now we're back on the source. We're going to be doing back to our old stomping grounds of primals and tempering. Yeah, and we're going to be thinking through it. We've got an absolute banger of a scene with Merlyweb. And yeah, a lot of really good drama to come.
Yeah, we're still eating pretty good for a while. We got a lot to get through.
I'm thinking about it. Like it's badass and solid all the way up through the beginning of Endwalker. And then the beginning of Endwalker is good too. And Endwalker is good. But we're gonna get to Rad's at hand the first time. They're not gonna let us attune, and I'm gonna be an insufferable prick about it because that still to this day makes no sense. Literally just hanged a sign that says no, out of order on the Aetheryte and Rad's at hand for 5 levels. Anyway, we're not there yet. It's way in the future. We have so much Kryl disrespect to get before there. This game really did her dirty. Anyway, yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll see whoever's around Saturday, and then it'll be 2 weeks before we're back on this train. I would consider doing a Saturday 14 romp, except we're doing Tormented Souls 2, and I'm absolutely not stopping to play that game. It has been a significant effort to not just play the game off the stream. Anyway, I'm